If you are feeling moody, irritable, forgetful, or have brain fog, it could be this one silent vitamin deficiency that doctors often miss. And unfortunately, as we age, the risk of becoming deficient in this vitamin increases. In today's video, I will share with you the top 7 early signs that your body is low in this important nutrient that doctors tend to overlook. These signs can affect people of all ages, but especially those who are getting older. By understanding these signs, you can take proactive steps to prevent memory loss and maintain cognitive function as you age. So, stay tuned until the end of the video to discover what you need to know about this silent vitamin D deficiency. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am a chiropractor currently based in the Oxfordshire area. And if you enjoy the video, please make sure to like it so you don't miss any future videos. So what is vitamin D? Vitamin D is actually a hormone that our bodies produce when our skin is exposed to sunlight. It is important for bone health, immune function, and many other important functions in the body. Our body can synthesize vitamin D from the sun's ultraviolet B rays acting on cholesterol in the skin. However, several factors can reduce our ability to absorb vitamin D from sunlight, including fair skin, older age, use of sunscreen, cloudy or polluted air, and simply not getting enough sun exposure. The recommended daily amount of vitamin D is 600 to 800 international units. However, it has been suggested that higher doses may be necessary for certain individuals. The first sign that your body is low in vitamin D is increased forgetfulness. Forgetting where you put things, misplacing items, and struggling to remember names or words can be frustrating and concerning. These symptoms can be attributed to a vitamin D deficiency because research suggests that adequate vitamin D levels are essential for optimal brain function and memory. In fact, a study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults with lower vitamin D levels had significantly worse cognitive function and were more likely to develop dementia over the course of the study. Another study published in the journal PLOS Medicine discovered an association between low vitamin D levels and an increased risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, studies have also demonstrated that supplementing with vitamin D can improve memory and cognitive performance in people with a vitamin D deficiency. Another sign that you are deficient in vitamin D is depression. Depression is a common mental health condition that can cause persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and loss of interest in activities. Research suggests that there is a link between low vitamin D levels and depression. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of Affective Disorders concluded that individuals with depression often have lower vitamin D levels compared to those without depression. This relationship is supported by other studies which have shown that low vitamin D levels are associated with higher rates of depression. For example, a study conducted at the University of Queensland found that people with depression had significantly lower vitamin D levels than healthy individuals. Furthermore, a randomized controlled trial published in the Journal of Affective Disorders demonstrated that supplementing with vitamin D alleviates depressive symptoms in some cases. Another sign that you are deficient in vitamin D is low energy. Fatigue and lack of motivation can be attributed to several factors, but low vitamin D levels can also play a role. Studies have shown that vitamin D plays an essential role in maintaining energy levels and reducing fatigue. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that supplementing with vitamin D improved mood and reduced fatigue in individuals with a vitamin D deficiency. Similarly, a study published in the Journal of Translational Medicine discovered that vitamin D replacement therapy was effective in improving physical and mental fatigue in patients with chronic fatigue syndrome. Another sign that you are deficient in vitamin D is frequent infections. Our immune system is responsible for protecting us from harmful pathogens such as bacteria and viruses, and vitamin D plays a crucial role in immune function. Studies have demonstrated that adequate vitamin D levels are necessary for a robust immune response. In fact, a meta-analysis published in the British Medical Journal concluded that low vitamin D levels increase susceptibility to respiratory tract infections. Another study published in the Journal of Nature Immunology found that vitamin D modulates immune responses and reduces inflammation. Low vitamin D levels have been associated with autoimmune disorders such as multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, and type 1 diabetes. Maintaining sufficient vitamin D levels is essential for overall health and well-being and supporting a strong immune system. Next, another sign that you are deficient in vitamin D is muscle weakness. Muscle weakness can be caused by various factors, but low vitamin D levels can also contribute to this symptom. Studies have shown that vitamin D is essential for optimal muscle function. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that vitamin D supplementation increased muscle strength in individuals with a vitamin D deficiency. Similarly, a study published in the Annals of Internal Medicine discovered that adequate vitamin D levels are necessary for maintaining muscle mass and strength in older adults. Another sign that you are deficient in vitamin D is bone pain. Bone pain can be caused by various factors such as injuries, stress fractures, and underlying medical conditions. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in bone health, and low levels can contribute to bone pain. Studies have shown that vitamin D is essential for proper bone development and maintenance. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that vitamin D deficiency leads to bone pain and increased risk of fractures. Another study published in the New England Journal of Medicine demonstrated that vitamin D supplementation reduces the risk of fractures in older adults. And finally, another sign that you are deficient in vitamin D is hair loss. Hair loss can be caused by various factors such as genetics, hormonal changes, and medical conditions. Some studies suggest that low vitamin D levels may also contribute to hair loss. A study published in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology found that vitamin D receptors are present in hair follicles and that low vitamin D levels are associated with alopecia areata. Another study published in the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology discovered that vitamin D supplementation was effective in treating alopecia areata in some cases. It is important to note that these signs and symptoms may be attributed to other conditions, and it is essential to consult with a healthcare professional for proper diagnosis and treatment. However, if you experience any of these signs, it is worth considering whether you may have a vitamin D deficiency and whether increasing your vitamin D intake may help alleviate your symptoms. There are several ways to do this. One option is to spend time outdoors and expose your skin to sunlight. However, it is important to take precautions and avoid sunburn. Another option is to supplement with vitamin D. There are several different types of vitamin D supplements available, and it is important to choose a reputable brand and follow the recommended dosage. Finally, you can also obtain vitamin D from certain foods such as fatty fish, such as salmon and tuna, as well as fortified foods such as milk and cereal. As we age, the risk of becoming vitamin D deficient increases. It is important to be aware of the potential signs and symptoms of a vitamin D deficiency, such as increased forgetfulness, depression, low energy, frequent infections, muscle weakness, bone pain, and hair loss. While more research is needed to fully understand the link between vitamin D and these conditions, maintaining adequate vitamin D levels is essential for overall health and well-being. By taking steps to increase your vitamin D intake, such as spending time outdoors, supplementing or consuming vitamin D-rich foods, you can support your cognitive function, mood, energy levels, and immune system as you age. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to like it so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching. Take care.